When you talk about the state of the nation, believe you me, emotions definitely we saw. But my guests that do the best possible to make sure that they watch their emotions. Sometimes diving into some terrain. When you talk about situation that is really, really unfolding, some are saying, how did we miss it? Well, I'm thinking that once there is a change, there's going to be a change in everything. We'll just get there. You get to hear food surplus, economy booming. Everything will just start falling into place. Some are saying right now, all we're getting is just promises. Follow the story of Nigeria until promise turns into something real. Nigerians always do not believe in it. And Nigerians have been through a lot of promises. Phase, so to speak. This phase of promise, that phase of promise, still no materialization of all these things promised. Hence the people's hope been dashed, battered, shattered. And some don't have any other choice other than to look up to divinity for intervention. What's your story today? I want to take a look at the 5 billion naira palliative yes, shared to each state of the Federation, including FCT, and of course, truckloads of rice given also to these states for them to cushion the effect of the removal of subsidy. 5 billion naira to each state, as in Edo State 5 billion, Delta State 5 billion, Sokoto 5 billion, just like that, okay? Not them sharing just 5 billion. Each state was given 5 billion naira. So that is what I want to delve into right now. Join us right now in the studio. You get to yet put food on the table. You will hear about all these things happening. Join me to welcome Comrade Okoro Osaho Obaraye. Welcome to TMI.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate your coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you.
And just as saying there is no food on the table, so what? But the only ones they have been taken away by the rule of subsidy, and now they don't know what to do. I want to start off with you, Obaraye, because you're a party man. Off camera, you're saying, look, it's not rocket science. We have to go through some phase before things get better. We're definitely right now into one of the solutions put on the table by Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration. 5 billion naira each to each state of the Federation. Take it up from there.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother Wilson. I most appreciate your very the position of first, and also thank my father here, man. I look onto a man who
and he's not happy about the situation of things. He's not happy at all, and he's not hiding it.
If I look onto someone, I'm happy. He goes to tell you that he's happy. Because I'm happy with you. He's happy. Then also to greet my namesake, my brother. Yeah. Osao Basoyi, a man who I passionately love so well. Thank you. I listen to their position, and we cannot either shy away from the truth, or what they are saying is the truth. But the truth remains that we look into a segment of the society, not also looking at the other segment. We've said something now, we cannot say a home is bad because the father is bad. The woman, the mother of the house, also have a very major role to play in making sure that home is good. The way the two of them also have is the same way the children also have a pivotal role to play to make sure the home is also good. In also not doing that structured down, we can also shy away from the neighbor, who in tandem also have a vital role to play in making sure those children are being molded and everything goes together. If you try to keep the eye on the man who leaves the home in the morning and comes back in the evening to say it's the one that will make the home good and the rest relaxing, at the end everything will turn in shambles. That is my foundation to say. First of all, I want to thank the presidency for also approving that last sum of money for palliative. But also not extremely very happy, because it would, I would not have, I'd be more happier if it was plugged into the resuscitation of the refinery. If it was plugged into to make sure education is free, the way it was, it was when they went to school, the way it was when we started school, that would also be a welcome development. With 5 billion for 10 states, that's 50 billion. At least a refinery, one, would have been working right now. And maybe we would have said, okay, secondary school tuition free. But now, no man knows it all. They decide to say, okay, let state governors have it, because they can also just take the decision, this is how you want to go. They have fake meetings, you have this, you have that. They promised 8,000 before protest, which some of us were on the streets. We rejected it to say never. I protested against that. It was my party. I was against it to say no. 8,000 does not go anywhere. And now it's 5 billion. And a governor, one out of the 35 or 30, has accepted that he has gotten 2 billion as first batch. Not even this month. Last month he got the 2 billion. And there are some states who are here to tell you they got it. The same way they don't want to tell you is the same way they are also telling you that the truckload of rice, even if it has come, you will not know. So if you are saying Wilson is not good, you also try to look at the person by the side of Wilson. It wasn't the federal government food bank that was bungled at Medical Store Road, neither at Lagos. It wasn't the federal government food bank. It was state bank. And those food was not a day or a month old at that place. It's what it was when we noticed that the food on our table has vanished. And as hunger comes, you must search for your food. That's how people make. I said, no, the food is here. So it goes to tell you, if that food that we used and we fought for, bungled, some people lost their life to search for food. If a government in the little segment of less than 5 million persons have had us, okay, this is my little palliative. We should come and take 8 cups of rice, manage it today. Oba, you come and take 2 apples and this one, to do for today. I'm sure for me to stop you shouting here, something that won't be good. What you also stop state government now too? To start opening each individual, like Osawo you can tomorrow open filling station and tell you the price he wants to sell. Nobody will tell you not to sell at that price. Not also some government now in opening. Let's say 3 filling station, a filling station each in each local government. With the money coming out to say we are selling at 300 naira. Edo State government filling station. Just the way my very good childhood friend DVD has his own. He can decide to say this Sunday money on his birthday, he says he give people 10 liters free. He does that at his own will. If I want to buy for, I tell him now, I want for him, say go and fill your tank, I will go there. If a state government, which is bigger and a bigger entity, can I say, okay, this 5 billion has come, what? Let's look for more source and let's do this one. To also, on our own, cushion the effects of palliative on us. If the state government also decide to want to say, okay, we've been so angry with federal government, don't let us play politics about it. Sapia road is killing, Agba road is killing, it is federal road, yes. Federal government has bought 5 billion. Don't take my people, town hall meeting. What do you want this about 5 billion to be done with? Let's go to vote. We have councillors, we have local government chairman, we have members in the House of Assembly for the first time. Complete. Go and talk to your people. I would now stand up to tell my person to say, come. I passed through Sapia road. Yesterday I went to pass through Agba road. I will want that money to go to that way. That is what I want. Maybe Osawo will say no. He uses an SUV. He does not want that. What he wants is fuel. Maybe my father here will say no. I don't even want SUV again. What I want now, pension. Now say, okay, let's put all this into consideration. Let's divide. We are no longer talking about the up there. If we keep talking about the up there, what we are here.
Okay.
We are not even noticing now that we've been moving in all this issue without a local government. I'm not supposed to be here to be talking about Tinubu, talking about God. If there is a local government in a proper and a structured local government in place, you see everything will just keep Tinubu this, Tinubu that, Tinubu this. I hope you are aware there are some states like Zamfara, Katsina, about 2 or 3 states are already rolling out, this is what I want to do. Lagos State is the same. Lagos State has said, from now if you give birth in Lagos State, it's free. So what stops us wishing?
I'll come back to you.
Your daughter, you just go to Lagos and then give birth there, come back the next day free of charge. It's not paying the use of 300,000 a year.
Yeah.
So there are some ways we don't just, if we look at something too much, you will forget the one
that's in the house. I'll come back to you, Barry. But please, I know this is quite emotional. Let's try to watch our emotions. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Barrister Robinson, well, we wanted to dive into, I was like, everybody hold on till this particular point, and I'm like, this is the time. 5 billion naira palliative. You heard Obara's point of view. Ask us what we want. We consider it put in a vote, they will know what to do with the money. Take it up from there.
Well, I don't think it's that open. I don't think it's that simple. The much I know is that the federal government said 5 billion per state.
Yes.
Use this money to buy food for the poorest of the poor. One thing that keeps amusing me is the fact that our government, at whatever level, now want to deal with us as beggars. Not just as poor people. You say, take this money, buy food, share to people. They talk as if they have a hall or a place or a local government designated for poor people. So we know them, just go there, give them food. As far as I am concerned, this is again going to be another scam. He mentioned,
here you go again, scam.
And rightly so,
yes,
that people had to borrow warehouses to get food out. And I'm sure some of the food that people took home, perhaps they didn't even have time to look at the expiry date.
Indeed.
Some of them would have expired. Rather than give to the people, they were locked up. And again, our own federal government, if we know the power, the enormous power that the federal government has, we will not blame those of us who always talk about the federal government. Imagine a strata of government saying, I will give you this amount of money. Don't forget the fact that of the 50 billion, 52% of it is free. The states are going to have the balance 48% as loan. And so if the federal government or the National Economic Council says, let us use it for food, and you now come home to say, what do you want to do with it? That becomes in administration what they call misappropriations. It may not be, it's not as fluid as that. But again, 5 billion naira to Lagos State, 5 billion naira to Kano State, and 5 billion to Bayelsa State. I don't see how I look at it, because the population of Bayelsa may be less than a fifth of the population of Kano or Lagos. Okay? And you are bringing 5 trailer loads of rice to each state. Government, I trust our government, very smart people. 5 trailer loads, that's what I read. That's what I heard.
Yes.
They have not told us the tonnage. Whether they are going to be 100 bags or 50 in each of the trailer loads is not clear. I have my fears that some trailers will be loaded to the brim, while others may not be so loaded. But even at that, let's take our Edo State, one of the small states in the country. When you bring 5 trailer load of well-stocked rice, how is it going to be shared? The trader money of the last administration, tell me anybody here who knows anybody that got it. Such handouts given by government to people, I see a slap on the faces of the people. Because it is said that the man who gives you fish is not your true friend, but the man who teaches you how to fish. Just sending food to people, assuming I am so lucky. I don't think I'll be, but I pray I become so lucky. And I get a bag of rice. What would that do for me? Like he said, if he gave the 5 billion to each state and said, think out of what to do to help your people, in my opinion, it would be better. The rice that they are giving, are they foreign rice that we ban? Or do we have such quantity of rice hidden somewhere before this administration? Because I know the last time I checked that a bag of rice is over 40,000 locally produced rice. I would have thought, if I know anything about economics, that scarcity leads to rise in price. So if we have rice in abundance, and I know the much, I think 100, was it million or billion naira that the last federal government put into rice production in Nigeria, and when the rice started to come, the price skyrocketed. So is it that they have been holding? Or are we importing this rice that is being distributed now from Thailand or from Niger Republic? There are a lot that this government needs to tell us. I'm talking about, even the fuel subsidy. That's the reason for all of this. The Buhari administration not promised to build one refinery a year? Was any repaired? Why would we not have even waited a short period to fix 1 or 2 refineries before the removal of the subsidy that's leading to all of this? If Nigerians, if our government, now at the federal level, wanted to repair our refineries, make them functional, or make even one functional, would we put 2 billion naira into Dangote refinery, an individual's refinery?
Dollars.
Dollars, I mean $2 billion. Who is fooling who here? You are telling us to be patient. Rome was not built in a day. Was Rome built in a night? I think that we must begin to engage our government. We must begin to ask questions. We don't ask questions.
All right.
Whatever we are told, we take, and we begin to defend. That has been the case since 1999.
All right.
Were we not living witnesses to Umaru Musa Yar'Adua reducing the pump price of petrol? Was there no subsidy at the time?
Okay. You've heard them. Some are saying the reason why we are having this kind of agitation is because we don't trust the federal government. We don't trust the state government. We don't trust the local. Oh, sorry, we don't have a local government in many.
We don't have in Edo State.
No, we don't have a local government right
in
now
states.
in many states of the federation. So let's say that one is out of the equation. But those states, by God's grace, next month we have. But for now,
Amen.
in many states in Nigeria, we don't have a local government. The issue of trust. How do you think this will go round?
Well, I am one person that have always said that the problem we have, the people have with the government, is that government is not truthful, with their policies, with their programs. A situation where you come out as a government to make a particular promise, you give a timeline, and the time will come, nothing will happen. It happens first time, second time, third time, fourth time, even fifth, sixth, as the case may be. You won't expect the people to trust you next time, even when you make promises. That is another issue that we face in this country. You cannot expect me to trust you when you don't earn the trust. If you have promised me before and you fail again and again, then on your own, you should know that the trust is gone. That is one major problem that we have. A few weeks ago or so, I was here on 60 Minutes Nigeria, and this issue of subsidy removal was equally discussed. We had reasons to talk about the Dangote refinery, which we said as at that time that a date was set aside sometime in this year, 2023, for the refinery to kick off.
That's August, this month.
Yes, we are in August now. And a few weeks later, we hear that it will now kick off in 2025. That is the information that I got, that it will start producing in 2025. Now, what happens to the earlier date that was set aside? This is the same refinery that has been commissioned. A privately owned refinery that federal government put in a lot of money from central bank, although they say it's a loan, but how that loan will come back, we do not know. Now, a date that was set aside that is will start production, it's almost here if it is not here, and now we are hearing that it will start production in 2025. We are also hearing now that Port Harcourt refinery will start production by March 2024, as if the March will not come. If we don't leave this studio early enough, March 2024 will meet us here. And when March 2024 comes, I will also remind you, Mr. Wilson, just like I am reminding you of some other discussions we had earlier, I'm reminding you now. I will equally remind you again after March 2024 to know if Port Harcourt refinery is working or not. So government at all levels need to begin to think before they talk. Before you make a particular promise, ensure that you will be able to deliver. I'm not talking about aspirants now or candidates, because yes, those persons are not, you are not in the office, you don't know what is on ground. But as a government, you are seated on the table. You are the driver of the economy. You know what you have on your table. When you speak, you should speak to the extent that whatever you say should be what you can do. So that when the time comes, people will not always, say, oh, this government is a fraud. That is the problem.
Like what Barrister is saying that is
yes,
scam.
that is the problem we have with our government. To look at some of the issues raised by my brother and my namesake, Sahon Baraye. My brother, I have never and I will not support the people who went to loot government warehouses.
But will you blame them?
I will, to some extent. To some extent. Prior to when that looting, that invasion, prior to that invasion, government distributed palliatives. We are very much aware. Government distributed through CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, through the Muslim, whatever, through market women, through. I am aware that government.
If we want to go down this lane, we will not live here.
No, let us be frank with ourselves.
If we want to go down this lane, we will not live here.
Because it is what I know. Okay. It is what I know. And at the time, civil societies were even called into it to monitor the distribution of palliative. But again, we should also know that government warehouses should not go empty at any time. When distributions are made, you refill, almost immediately, so as to when the needs come again, you should be able to have something from the warehouse to give out.
Okay.
In a situation where people went to government warehouses and using the same opportunity to invade private warehouses, I was a member of the NSAS panel in Edo State. And a lot of private persons who they boggled their warehouses came to the panel. Imagine an attempt to go to a government warehouse. You go to a privately owned warehouse and looted everything that belongs to the poor man. That also became a problem. So what I'm trying to say is that we should be careful what we do.
All right.
In as much as we know that we do not have powers, to do certain things.
Okay.
You understand? So it is pertinent that our government at this time, like he also said, the father have a role to play, the mother have a role to play, the other one have a role to play. There's an adage in Benin.
Please interpret for viewers.
I don't know if it will lose its value if I try to interpret it.
You have to for the populace to understand.
If a river,
yes,
Barrister,
If the source of a river is polluted,
it's polluted from the top.
the source.
Okay, if the source is polluted, it means nobody will have water to drink. So what I'm trying to say, sir, is that if the top, if the head is rotten, the entire body system will be rotten and it will have nothing, it cannot fix anything.
I'll come back to you, comrade, because we talked about people going out there to them. I said if we go into the course of them taking that action, we will not live here, but that will be for another day. Obare, you heard him. You've heard Barrister also. So they just can't help talking about the top because of the enormous power of Mr. President. And you are saying, let's take a look at down here below what can be done. Now, some are complaining that, look, don't give it to the state governors. Rather, go to each local government and give them this money. They'll know what to do with this money because of so many promises being made by these governors, and it'll get down to the people. All right, take it up from there.
Thank you so much, Wilson. I think you can see I'm extremely very calm. The reason why I'm calm is that I'm in between two people that I'm very comfortable with. So whatever they say, I don't even try to listen. Yes, the comfortability I have with these two people is not, so it's not what I should be thinking about. But I'm becoming so scared of Osao. Yeah, I can see that Osao has joined the bourgeois. Yes, he's not so comfortable.
You don't have to be scared. We are brothers.
Because
if I am comfortable, I won't be talking like this.
We should be very prayerful for a man not to go hungry. Just be prayerful. What makes a man deviate from his ways to go and do what he intended never to do? Pray for that not to happen to you. Yes. I cannot go and burgle where there is food.
No.
Never again. God has blessed. No, I'm not saying I'm not. No, at least
you can.
I'm very comfortable
to eat.
Yes, my comfortability is not that I can eat cuisine or something. No, because it's that the greed is there. That if I finish 2 or 3 apples without meat,
I'm good.
Wash my hand.
You are good.
And spray my hand with my perfume. I will come out better and shiny. More than that person that went to Chinese restaurant or anywhere. That is me.
That's contentment.
Yes. So those people that also went there, no man will take risk his or her life to source for food. It didn't go there. They didn't bugger CBN for money. No food. Indomie, rice. Not to tell you there's poverty and hunger in the land. So to me, I cannot say why would they do that. No, because it's not your prayer because you are comfortable. Are you getting it? So there are some people of our age that also went there. Women, men, old. They went there because of hunger. So they was always speaking. Baba is also forgetting that is water. That is water. If we want to talk about the family and the political impute, I know Baba to his bedroom and same to Sahel.
Yes.
Outstanding partner. That's why you see they are comfortable and shining here. You can never go to, if Baba wants to leave the house today, ask him. The wife still prepares food for him in the cooler to take to the office. He's here. Ask him. I'm a witness to what I'm saying.
Please.
So tell you,
he has called you Koro easy.
So that goes to tell you that even if Baba, God forbid, is a lazy person, there's a supporting system that can keep your own money. I don't want to also tell you of your own wife. If you go there today, the food, everything is there. So don't say no, that is no. That is for the river.
I will explain better after now.
So if we say the up is not good,
Yes.
and the down here where we are is good. I just gave samples of some places
Yes.
or some governments that are giving incentive.
That's it.
I think our governments are paying bursary.
No, but you are aware that our own government.
Calm down. He has the floor. He has the floor. You have your turn. You have your turn.
All right.
You have your turn. You
No,
have
you should
your turn.
also apologize, not just talk.
I am sorry, my brother.
Thank you so much. So we must. You can see that we must do things right. You can see Osara is already a bourgeois now. It wasn't like this before now. But I'm not still scared. I'm still comfortable with it. It is better. Osara is better than those people that I know that will not tell you how it is. The truth remains. If we do it well up, we know it will trickle down.
All right, you just hold on. I want to go for a break. When we return, you continue with the points you're making. It's all about the 5 billion naira palliative state of the nation. Can we trust our governors to do the right thing with this amount of money? Don't forget to mention the rights being given to each state. Think about it. We'll be right back.
TMI, every opinion counts.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. You can call it this morning on ITV. You'll be right on point. We're taking a look at the state of the nation. The 5 billion naira palliative shared to each state of the federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. And that is what we're taking a look at. Can the governors be trusted with this fund, or how do you think this fund should be utilized in each state? Don't forget also truckloads of rice is going to be sent. While in some states it has been sent already, depending on the state, and of course proximity to the rice depot right now in court. And I have 3 wonderful gentlemen here with me in the studio sharing their thoughts and opinions on this particular issue. Oh, but we took for went on that break. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to get the phrase right of Ezera so I was trying to let him know that trying to have Babasti carry food in flask, everybody. So if you have a better home spinal cord, if your home is your spinal cord, even when the head is not rotating, your spinal cord will help you turn left, help you turn right. So if the up has given to say this is 5 billion, and in my own way now, it's like a father sending the mother to the market. The mother now with this type of money should come back with good food on the table. Should not go and buy the remnant tomatoes and go to market in the evening just to make sure that the fish that has lost eyes and nutrients is what she's going to buy. No, you have it now, so why not go and give us the best at this point? Let us all enjoy from the palliative. So that is what I'm saying, that since he has given now, so let's also try to manage and see how best it can go to the nooks and crannies of all we are saying. Yeah, I'm not trying to say this is good or this is bad. We must assess the truth. The present situation we are now does not stand me out as an individual. I bought fuel from Mega Filling Station the day before yesterday for 40,000 naira. I feed my town.
Just to fill the tank?
Yes, I do that. The reason why I do that is to stop the 60,000 nearly every day issue. So I gather it on Monday or to quickly fill to save myself. So through the week, that because I have, some people don't have. So we must assess the truth. It does not exonerate anybody from the suffering. But is there hope? Me, that you know.
Yeah.
Even in the well, it is well. Things will be okay. I will not tell you, if I come here when I know millions are watching and listening to say there is no hope. That's people, some people take something. So to me, there is hope. With this one that has come, some governors are already deciding on what to do with theirs. Baba said no, it's a must that they should buy food with. No. That's why they are bringing food along with it. That's why food is coming along with it. So a governor can say no. My people don't want this. If there's a town hall meeting, that we say this is what we want. The lacuna why you see people complaining most times is that most times you see the federal government calling state governors, calling our senators to meetings. How long have we heard back from our senators, our reps, coming back to us who voted for them to say this is what we heard, what is the way forward? our governors coming back to say this is what happened there, what is the way forward? We ignore that we are mobile news. Who can, nobody told us 8,000 was coming. We saw it. I said, no, we must reject this one. When this issue of 5 billion was also reached, nobody told us. Maybe we would have also gone to the street again and said, no, stop it, don't go, stop it. It will not go down well, it will not trickle down well. So there's a lacuna of information between Osaro and I that is causing this issue. But if we keep maintaining that process of this is how we want to do things day in, day out, I'm not sure people will not be happy with government. People are shocked because today now you might not buy food. We were seated at 4 days ago or 5 days ago, relaxing, and the guy just told it to say, "We are still there here. Federal government don't carry food, go 700 or something like that." Do you know it costs big one? People started shouting. I said, I opened my phone. I said,
it wasn't there.
No, this should be a BA news. And because 80% of people I was seated with are not mobile news, they believed, and insult started. So people angrily left. They said, which kind of government? My brother, that evening I was looking for filling station to get fuel. I didn't see. The next day morning, I asked. The third day, the fourth day, going to 5 days now. But it is so you can see that a lacuna of information. That guy was just sat somewhere, and somebody just told him they don't see the fuel.
And that information was false.
Big false, and that the fuel price has not changed, but it can also change too. That guy might also be right because of the way things now just go.
All right.
You might just hear tomorrow that this Nigeria is no longer Nigeria.
It's in Nigeria, please. It's in Nigeria.
With that of news, but the truth remains, my brother. At the bottom line, the truth remains. I see a better Nigeria. Because God, this is supposed to be God's own country and not America. Because what we have here, people don't have it. You are aware where Falana told us the amount of gold being taken out with private jets out of this country on daily basis. If people are already becoming richest people in the world on Nigeria's gold, without Nigeria not even noticing, putting emphasis on oil, it goes to tell you this is where God was bettered.
Thank you so much. Well, Barrister, is they're going to have the last take on this discussion because we are almost getting to the end of this. Can you trust our governors to do the needful with that 5 billion?
Well, I am not trained
the governors of the federation.
I am not.
But don't forget that Zamfara governor, Borno State governor, they're beginning to be a kind of a pathfinder. They are doing the right thing already. Benue also doing the same thing very fast. What about others?
I'm not trained to trust people. I don't know if many of the governors have earned the trust of the people. And I do know that they don't engage, and we don't even engage our governors. I see them doing the much they know how and the much they want to do. It may meet or may not meet the yearnings and aspirations of the people. It may also not go the way the people would have wanted. I want to pray that up to 80% of the amount will be spent on the people. Otherwise, what we are used to is hearing and getting this kind of information without seeing those who actually benefited or will benefit from them. I hope that the governor, God will guide them. I have faith in Nigeria. I know that the best is yet to come, but then, as to whether they could be trusted with this 5 billion naira that is coming along with the trucks of rice, I cannot tell.
You cannot tell?
I can't.
Abasu, can you trust the governors?
Thank you so much. It will be unfair to us if we begin to mention Zamfara, Benue, and some other states that have started something and we are not mentioning Edo. Our governor has started releasing 500 million, and all of us are aware, you know, to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy, even before the advent of the 5 billion naira that we are talking about. If a governor is already doing that on his own, how do we now say that we cannot trust him with something that is coming elsewhere to manage the people?
Right.
Governor Obaseki is very prudent, and we believe that he is trusted and he will be able to use the funds for what it is meant for.
All right, thank you. Obaraye.
One of the best advocacy to go, my very good friend and brother, Godwin Obaseki. He must make sure Osari is not SSA, he's special advisor, because the 500 million, I'll just say. I heard it, I've not seen it.
The 5 billion that are we seeing it?
And so no,
We don't have to see it. To be spent on what it will be spent on.
It's very good. I like it because whoever gives you position, I'm happy.
Thank you.
I want to see you go.
Thank you. I'm not an SA or SSA as well as we speak.
No, I'm already
so, but we must. All right, thank you for the advocate. But we must say what is right when we have opportunities.
The truth remains that because of the hunger, because of the non-availability of food on our table, trust is lost gone. That is just the truth. I get it now, but I know time. He won't. Things will be okay. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I really appreciate a wonderful analysis. You've heard them. It's all about the issue of trust. Can these governors be trusted? Some already doing things that, yes, you can really take their words to the bank. But what about the rest? Governors, 5 billion is not a small amount. At least that can go a long way. Even if it's not enough, at least to cushion the effect. And who are the ones collecting data, by the way? I'm asking for personal reasons. Anyway, that'll be story for another time. Gentlemen, I appreciate your wonderful analysis. Thank you so much for coming on today's show. I appreciate you. Please, the 5 billion that should be used judiciously. Yes, in every state of the federation. After all, it is a national platform. Use your money judiciously, and let's see what the federal government will do also to make Nigerians happy, because you believe it or not, Nigerians, they are not happy. Bye for now.